Navy, Virginia Tech, underway from Castle Coliseum.
Coaches love these Sunday crews. You get all the good guys.
Schutt, open look, Hokies on the board.
Such a big key. Jaden Schutt is playing his best. Only had 6 points the other night, but really played one of his better games, especially on the defensive end.
He's hit multiple threes in the last 4 games. Here is Benini. Going to work, stepped out of bounds.
Good job by Rexsteiner right there. You've got to stay between Benini and the basket. If he penetrates, Navy can be good on offense. Navy's going to pick up full court. They'll do a little 2-2-1, and that'll be back to man-to-man. They'll do a little 1-3-1 back to zone. They mix it up a little bit. In the half court, they prefer man-to-man.
No changes to the Virginia Tech starting 5. Meanwhile, Navy with 2 new players in. Shoots. Left that a little short. Kim and Woods, the new starters. In the lineup for the midshipmen.
Yeah, mixing things up in the midst of this 3-game losing streak, all away from home. Navy hadn't played on campus in a while.
They're going to go from November 25th to January 2nd without a home game. And there is Ji-Nu Kim, the sophomore out of Overland Park, Kansas, going to the line.
Prefers to drive the basketball. He can make an open 3, but
there's the head coach of the Hokies, Mike Young, closing in on career win number 400.
Yeah, both coaches, former Southern Conference head coaches. Guys I'm very familiar with and coached against both these guys.
Both have won the Southern Conference tournament multiple times. Kim last year shot just 14% from behind the three-point arc. This year, almost 44%.
Yeah, and almost perfect from the free throw line. He's now 12 of 13 on the season. There's that 2-2-1 zone to slow Virginia Tech down. Back into man-to-man for Navy.
Rexsteiner feeds Poteat with 5 on the timer. And with the left hand, Poteat scores.
Really nice job. If you can establish Poteat early in the game, it really changes the opponent's defense and gives the Hokies a big advantage on the offense.
Only played 14 minutes on Thursday.
Yeah, the bench was just too good the other night. He's back up. Big Pat Wessler had a big game. 13 points, 6 rebounds. On a very efficient 5 out of 6 from the floor.
Behind the back, Benini going in. Mike Young wants jump ball. It's a foul against the Hokies.
Got to have help on that ball screen right there. Seal him off. Austin Benini from Woodlands, Texas. The Woodlands, Texas.
And the first off the bench for Virginia Tech, Patrick Wessler.
A little reward for such a solid performance the other night against North Carolina A&T. Hokies scored 95, their best output of the season.
Kehoe. 6'10". Pennick, yes, right before the shot clock.
Yeah, 66% of his field goal attempts are threes. And when that defense collapses, we talk about it all the time. Defense collapses, somebody's open on the perimeter.
The freshman off to a great start in his rookie campaign. Will step back, won't fall. Benini gets by Rexsteiner, lost it. Waiting to see. Looks like it's going to stay here. You know, there's the head coach of the midshipmen, Ed DeChellis, former head coach at ETSU, Penn State, done a really nice job at Navy.
Yeah, had a good run at East Tennessee State in the Southern Conference, and then off to Penn State, and then ended up at Navy, and has had a really good career. Wherever he's been, he's done a really nice job.
11th all-time meeting between Coach DeChellis and Coach Young today, including when Coach Young was an assistant at Wofford. Open left wing three. Draper coming in off the bench makes his presence felt.
Yeah, and he prefers to drive, but you lead in that wide open. If you can play at this level, you can make a three.
He's coming off a career high 22 points.
Just his second made three of the year. He was 1 for 17 before knocking the bottom out of that one.
Wessler in the post, gets to his left hand. Navy playing a little bit faster this year than they have in previous seasons.
They are playing faster, trying to take advantage of the athleticism and a good point guard play.
Lysander Renstrom shooting 34% from distance. Couple of triples for the midshipmen. They've got the 6-point lead.
Yeah, and when you take notes on him, you know 87% of his attempts are from beyond the arc.
Wessler trying to spin away from Kehoe, just throws it up, draws a foul. And we're going to step aside for our first time out. When we come back, more from Castle Coliseum on a Sunday afternoon.
Had a chance to tour the Naval Academy that day, bright and early at 8 a.m., watching the midshipmen stand at attention for morning colors. They continued the day by getting to sit inside of a naval helicopter, steered a ship virtually, laid down inside of sleeping quarters, and checked out the Academy's state-of-the-art firearms. So not only did Coach Young leave Annapolis with the win against the midshipmen, but also with experiences for his team they'll never forget and a gift he'll treasure forever. Evan?
Yeah, thanks for that, Kendall. How about that, Mac? That's
Very cool.
That's unbelievable.
Very cool.
What a really unique experience for the entire team to go do that. And I'm sure that's a trip Coach will never forget.
Yeah, that's something not everybody gets to do, and probably everybody should try to do to appreciate what those young men and women go through in Annapolis.
No doubt about it. We were talking with Coach DeChellis earlier. Obviously, an exciting day for Navy yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about the football game and how big a deal that is. And Navy put on a performance against the heavily favored Black Knights of the Hudson.
Schutt converting all 3 free throws. Again, great to have you with us on your Sunday afternoon.
And not a good foul by Aiden Kehoe right there. Fouling the jump shooter and the three-point shooter, and Schutt made them pay.
And that's bobbled by Renstrom. It'll stay with Navy. There's Coach Young disagreeing on the sideline.
Yeah, he doesn't do that all that often. He's not very animated over there most of the time, but he felt pretty strongly about that one, and they changed it. I think they said, if Mike Young is complaining, we better look at this.
That won't go in the stat sheet, but the bench doing its job there.
That's right, yes.
Here is Ben Hammond coming off of an outstanding night against North Carolina A&T. So is Rodney Brown, and they're picking up right where they left off.
How about that? 2 guys off the bench, coming off their career highs, started again with the assist and the jumper from the corner.
A 6-0 run for Virginia Tech to tie things at 11. And a travel. Draper trying to cut in. It's a Navy team that really values the basketball. You won't see that all that often.
No, and they haven't missed a shot, but they've turned it over 3 times already here in the first 5 minutes. Among the nation's best at taking care of the basketball.
Hammond, 17 points, 5 steals, showing the offense.
Still perfect.
7 for
6 for 6 the other night. The streak is at 7.
Hokies back in front. Navy looking to respond. Benini, shot not there.
Nice job by Hammond closing out, forcing Benini to give it up.
A foul on the perimeter.
Yeah, Pennick putting it on the floor. Doesn't really do that a lot, but you let him go to his strong hand. Rodney Brown Jr. picking up the foul. Got to cut him off. Got beat right there. Didn't get enough help from Schutt. Hard to help off that corner shooter over there. Rodney Brown's got to stay between him and the basket.
An 8-0 run for Virginia Tech. Back and forth early. Draper, floater, will count, and a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, he's a driver first, he's a driver second, he's a driver third, even though we saw him make a 3 early in this game. Again, with that right hand, you got to cut him off. You got to know where his dominant hand is. Draper's a really good defender. I think he may be in the game because of his athleticism against Toby Lawal on the other end, starting the game.
Navy back in front.
He's showing the press. Again, just to slow Virginia Tech down. Give them less time in the half court.
Burnham. Guarded by Draper. You mentioned his defense.
He's a really good defender, really good motor. Plays so hard. He had a big day in practice yesterday. We got to watch him.
Poteat. Almost able to get that to fall off the window. Austin Benini leading the Patriot League in assists per game, 4th in scoring. And Hokies force a turnover. Young the whole way. Foul on the floor.
That's on Navy's number 8, Sam Chris, his first 13 foul.
Well, Mac, we were just talking about how Navy really values the basketball, and there you see the turnovers per game, these two sides.
Yeah, two teams in opposite directions right now. Navy does a really good job, only 10 a game. They've already got 4 here this afternoon, and Virginia Tech really struggling, even though they played well the other night, still had 16 turnovers against A&T.
And going the other way.
A little push off right there. Come up with that ball. Navy got a chance to try to extend this 1-point lead.
Poteat. You see him, again, just 14 minutes. He checks out. Toby Lawal back on.
Oh, he's going with a really small lineup right now.
Now, Lawal's shown the ability to play the 5 at times this year, Mac.
Yeah, and this is a Navy team that if Kehoe's not really in there, they don't really have a true center anyway. This is probably a good matchup, and there you see the benefit of it. Toby Lau with the deflection.
Tech looking to turn defense to offense. Young has it swiped. Benini, full head of steam, able to get that to go through 2 defenders.
Yeah, we talked about it being the key to the offense, and that's part of the reason why. He can beat you down the floor. He can beat you off the dribble. Creative score. Averages over 17 a game.
Rodney Brown, strong take in the right-hand finish.
Had such a good night the other night. Played 21 minutes. Had played like 11 coming into the game. 13 points. 3 for 5 from long range.
Think about that, just 11 minutes all year, really making the most of his opportunity. Kim going up against Lawal and able to bank it in.
Really nice job. Tied Lawal up, tied his body up where he couldn't jump and use that athleticism.
Brown, hot hand early.
Navy defense, man-to-man, very tough, very physical.
Brown dumps it to Lowell. And with 3 on the shot clock, that'll go to Coach Young. And we'll step aside for a break.
Making Navy go, Austin Benini, the point guard, the junior out of Texas, comes up with the steal, realizes the defense is at a disadvantage, attacks the rim, plays through the contact for the basket. From Mike Young era, and they did some special things later on.
Well, there was a lot of offense in that game, that season, and today.
Yeah, look at the combined totals, 11 for 15, 5 for 6, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. A little bit of turnover issue, but I anticipate the defense catching up with the offense here as this game goes on.
Great to have you on your Sunday afternoon. Evan Hughes, Mac McCarthy, Kendall Williams, and our outstanding ACC Network crew on hand. Finals almost over. I'm sure both sides excited to be back on the floor, out of the classroom.
You miss those, don't you?
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Thankfully, he's a comm major. A lot of projects and not exams. 5 to shoot for Benini, averaging a little over 17 per game. A foul. Burnham coming from behind.
Yeah, and Benini recognized it, waved everybody off, knew he could beat Burnham one-on-one, and got all the way to the rim before Burnham fouled him trying to block the shot.
He's coming off a near double-double on Thursday, 8 points, 9 rebounds.
Watch Benini, he waves the defense off, goes right by Burnham. A lot of people meeting at the rim. Clean block from up above.
Benini shooting 84% on the year from the stripe.
Yeah, that'll help your average, won't it?
You know, at one point in his Navy career, scored in double figures in 26 consecutive games. That's tied for 5th all time.
And he shares the basketball. He's got 45 assists, 15 turnovers, 46 assists, 15 turnovers. 3-to-1 ratio is outstanding.
And then there you see the Patriot League rank.
And they do take those photos in the summertime versus what you're seeing right now.
You know what's amazing, though, Mac? 26 consecutive games in double figures. You want to guess who has the Navy record for the most consecutive games in double figures?
I'm guessing it'd be a big name and a big guy. David Robinson, maybe?
You'd be correct. He only did it 76 consecutive games. Rodney Brown, floater won't drop. And there's Kehoe at 6'10" with the rebound.
Kehoe is the main big guy that plays for Navy, and then everybody else is about 6'4" or less.
Doubled in the post. Renstrom, his second triple of the afternoon.
Yeah, just can't let him have that wide open shot right there. You've got to know where he is and get a hand up.
Largest lead of the first half for the midshipmen.
Navy jumping a little 2-3 zone, mix things up here.
Skip pass. Rechsteiner, corner 3. Just a little short, and there's Wessler. 3-on-1. Lysander Renstrom didn't get the start today, Mac, but he's making his presence felt.
Yeah, collapsed on Kehoe, leaving Renstrom wide open, and we're talking about the bench points for Navy, but they're actually from starters. Guys that Coach DeCellis brought off the bench today.
He's from Reston, Virginia, out of Herndon High School. Schutt. Too strong.
Perfect execution. Got the shot they wanted. Hokies are missing some open looks.
Draper. Benini with 10 to shoot. Just enough space on Rechsteiner. And a timeout by Mike Young in Virginia Tech. It's a 10-point Navy lead. We'll pause and come back after these messages on the ACC Network Extra. Welcome back to Castle Coliseum. Navy leading Virginia Tech 25-15. Balanced scoring for the midshipmen.
Yeah, and 3 guys that are regularly in the lineup. A couple of them come off the bench today, but again, Benini is the guy that makes things go. Really nice move on that last basket. Got the defender up under the rim, protected the ball with his body, and made the layup.
Hokies haven't scored since the 12:09 mark. Mac, what do you think Coach Young's message was there out of the timeouts?
I think they were really executing pretty well, but I think he was concerned about the defense. Too many balls are getting into the lane, whether it's the passes into Kehoe or drives by Benini.
A foul off the ball against Virginia Tech.
That took a while. Must have been an illegal screen.
Navy still has yet to miss from the floor. And there's a quick foul on the other end.
Okay. That was a little while again, right? Oh, shoot. Okay.
Update, Jaden Schutt his second. And that's already the 8th team foul.
Yeah, it's a long time left in the half to be in the bonus, too. And Navy is going to keep attacking off the dribble. Genu that time. Can make that open 3 like we told you, but he likes to put it on the floor with that right hand.
And the midshipmen halfway through this first half, again, 8 for 8. Perfect from the floor.
Yeah, right now they either turn it over or make the shot. Pretty impressive. And they don't turn it over much. More today than usual with 5 so far.
And you think about it for Virginia Tech, if you're just joining us, Mylyjael Poteat, Ben Burnham, and Jaden Schutt all with 2 fouls. Lob inside. Wow with a little height advantage, almost a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, a tough pass right there, a contested pass, but Brown got it to Lowell, and Lowell goes to the free throw line. See if the Hokies can break this drought. Here you see the pass, great catch by Lowell, and then a good job using his size over Genu.
Mac, when Mylyjael Poteat is not on the floor for this Tech team, how does that change things offensively for the Hokies?
Well, it really hasn't changed things a lot lately because big Patrick Wessler has been enough of a threat to still make the defense respect him down low. Poteat just moves bodies, though, with his size, takes up so much space.
Pat Wessler, 13 points, 6 rebounds. That's North Carolina A&T on Thursday. Entry pass, the Kehoe. Help brought, almost a turnover. And the corner 3 won't drop. Hokie basketball.
First miss for the Naval Academy.
And Lowell, 2 points, been a little quiet here early, but Mac, we know the junior from London, England, when he gets going, he can really provide a spark offensively.
Yeah, especially if the game gets to going up and down a little bit, or he gets the run and rebounds. Gets fouled right there by Draper, who is, again, I think he's out there in large part to guard Lowell because he is a similar kind of athlete. Navy jumps in a zone here on the sideline out of bounds, it looks like. And they have. Change things up a little bit. Hokies have to change the play call. Got to penetrate that zone.
5 seconds to shoot. Brown, corner 3, it's through.
Or just pass it around the corner, pass it around the perimeter, and make a long jumper. Couple ways to do it, but generally you have to penetrate that zone to get a good shot.
And how about this for a follow-up performance? Rodney Brown leading all scorers in the game with 8 points. Renstrom on the other end, heat check won't fall.
Yeah, Rodney Brown, he got the opportunity the other night because he's really practicing hard, working on his game. making a real effort, and they rewarded him, and it has paid off for the Hokies and Rodney Brown Jr.
Timeout, Ed DeChellis and Navy. Wessler with a basket, but Rodney Brown staying hot, Mac.
Rodney Brown the other night was really good from long range. And again tonight, finds the opening. Bang!
Week at ESPN when we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research. This is game-changing research that helps save lives. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. Glad to have you on your Sunday afternoon. Virginia Tech on a 7-0 run, a really entertaining first half of basketball.
Yeah, Navy's been good on defense, making it hard for Virginia Tech to score. They've been efficient on the offensive end and sitting here with a 5-point lead just past halfway in the first half.
Austin Benini with 6 points. Balanced scoring for the midshipmen. 4 players have 6 points each. That includes Draper, Pennick to the rack, Wessler the defense.
Yeah, Hokies contested that drive. See if they can get something going here on the offensive end against this stingy Navy defense.
Rechsteiner, foul line, J is true.
Nice confidence, little dribble, backed this defender up, created space.
His first basket of the day, does have 4 assists this afternoon. Pennick, catch and shoot. Hokies can tie on this possession. Brown will take it, and it's been his day early in Blacksburg.
What confidence out of that young man. The transfer from Cal is feeling it.
And Benini with the left hand stops the scoring run for the Hokies.
Yeah, we talked about Rechsteiner has got to stay between Benini and the basket. Easier said than done, though.
Rodney Brown, 13 points on Thursday. He's got 11 today as Johnson through 2 defenders finishes.
Yeah, the freshman is really going to be good. He gets a little more confidence in he's good at everything. He rebounds the basketball. He defends well. Hasn't shot the ball great this season yet, but he's capable of doing that too.
Draper. Pennick with 10. Draper, corner 3. Kehoe, second chance. Navy back in front.
Bad. Wessler didn't put a body on Kehoe. 2 big guys battling down low. Number 99. Gotta love a guy with 99.
How about
right?
that? That was the first thing that jumped out to me in prep for this. No look. Rechsteiner creating with 8 seconds. Johnson almost trying to bank that in. Wow, going up high for the board. Wessler, left hand tip in, you bet.
Gave up one on the other end, got it back for the Hokies on the offensive end.
And for this Tech team, Poteat, Burnham, Schutt, all with 2 fouls. Tech managing that well down the stretch. Cross-court pass, intercepted by Brown. He'll throw the lob. And Johnson draws the foul. Smart play from the freshman.
Yeah, and Rodney Brown with the good look. Sharing the basketball in transition. Maybe turnovers have hurt them. That's 6 now. We talked about, saw earlier, our great graphics folks, they only turn it over 10 times a game. 6 already here. Still time left in the first half.
Poteat back in.
Tyler Johnson, 70% from the free throw line.
Well, last game, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. The first true freshman to do that for Virginia Tech since Dorian Finney-Smith did it in 2011.
It's pretty good company for you Hokie historians.
He converts both. If you like offense, this has been the game for you.
Yeah, and a little bit different than probably both coaches expected. But Virginia Tech riding that offensive output the other night when they had 95. And Navy doing a nice job of executing. Been very efficient except for those turnovers we just mentioned.
Kim drills it.
Wow, the high arcing shoots 44% from beyond the arc.
It is 14% last year. Back and forth we go. Under 4 minutes until halftime.
Navy back into the zone again. Have a 2-2-3, but they give it a 1-1-3 look, then match up out of it, trying to cover up those shooters.
Johnson in the corner. Yes, right before the horn.
What a good play by Rodney Brown. He could have jumped up and shot that and was poised enough to know what time was left on the clock and to find the open shooter, teammate Tyler Johnson.
Shooting just 16% from distance. And there's Kehoe with the right hand. Nearing 40 points for both teams in the first half. Hammond. Right wing three is good. The freshman getting involved.
Yeah, the streak is still alive at 8 as far as we know.
8 consecutive shots made for Ben Hammond dating back to Thursday. Kehoe. Remember Poteat with 2 fouls.
Yeah, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They attacked Poteat, knew that he was kind of helpless down there, had to stay straight up. Kehoe took it up without any thinking of the block shot.
Hammond to the right block, off the window and in.
Rodney Brown Jr. and Ben Hammond really take it up where they left off against North Carolina A&T on Thursday.
Mylyjael. Kim trying to put it on the deck, draws a whistle.
Both teams are shooting the lights out from 3, both over 55%. First, Jaden Kim for Navy. And then the Hokies say, we'll match that with the freshman, Tyler Johnson for Virginia Tech.
Teams have been feeling it from distance.
Yeah, and 4 different players for each team have combined for 11 made threes, 11 out of 19, 58%. Both teams on fire here this afternoon. Cold outside, not so much inside.
You see the numbers coming in and what they've done today.
That's dramatic, isn't it?
We love it, right? This is great.
Fun basketball, fun basketball. Crowd coming in a little bit, letting that ice melt outside. Finally got out of the house.
It was that morning for me where I realized I need an ice scraper today. It dawned on me.
My wife put one in the car, and I can't thank her enough.
Jean is the best.
You're not surprised.
Jaden Kim, career high 2 games ago against Maine, 13 points. He's got 9. And Hammond swipes that away.
Good decision. Didn't have the numbers. Trying to get into play. 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time.
22 points off the bench in this first half for Tech, in which they've had to battle through foul trouble.
Navy in a man-to-man.
Wessler. Just a little short, but it'll stay with the Hokies.
Yeah, a nice pass right there on the ball screen roll. Hammond to Wessler. Wessler a little short on the jump hook. Navy was back in the man-to-man. Hokies recognized it, called the set play. Navy still in the man-to-man on the baseline out of bounds.
Young, he can shoot it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't pull that one. That play was designed for him to take that shot.
Brown off the right side of the rim. Lowell going to work. Kehoe got a piece of it. Rolled all the way out to Draper.
Furious action. Now we're going the other way and back. Good recovery by Navy right there.
Foul line jumper. You bet. What a nice first half for Ben Hammond.
9 in a row now. 10 in a row now.
You got to be, you know you're in the zone when you haven't missed like that, right, Mac, as a shooter?
Even the referees recognize they let him push off just a little on that one, I think.
Kim draws a foul. Free throws coming.
Home crowd not happy with that, but a little too much contact by Jaden Young.
And if you're just joining us, Navy at one point led by as many as 12 in this first half. What have you seen from Tech's offense down the stretch?
Well, they've done a better job of cutting hard, recognizing what Navy is in, and making some open shots. Ginu has only missed 2 free throws, just missed one a while ago, only missed 2 all year. Now you see why. Pretty perfect form right there. Hokies go small again. That'll be interesting because Kehoe is still in for Navy. That's a good matchup on the offensive end for Navy. I'm not sure about defense, whether he can guard Lowell or Burnham away from the basket. And of course, Navy may play a little zone too. Nope, they stay in the man-to-man. So it's Kehoe against Lowell.
Brown and Hammond, the top 2 scorers for Tech in the first half. Both on the floor with 8 seconds.
Good switch right there by Navy.
Burnham at the horn. Yes!
I don't know how to create some momentum going into halftime. Make one at the buzzer from long range.
27 points off the bench for Virginia Tech in the first half. And they lead 46-41.
Previous play is under review.
Both teams shooting over 50%.
Kind of fitting that the half ends on a 3 the way the threes were going down for both of these squads. Hand up.
The play
well
is confirmed,
contested.
3-point basket. End of half.
Burnham says no problem.
And our Kendall Williams is standing by with the head coach of the midshipmen, Ed DeCellis. Kendall?
Coach, back and forth in that first half, right? What's the message in the locker room right now to make sure you guys pull away?
We got a guard playing very good basketball, as is Rodney Brown. Patrick Wessler had another good half for us. So let's get all of them clicking, on the same page. We'll be in good shape.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And thanks to Kendall for that. And bench points, we mentioned the 27. A large part of that, though, the foul trouble that Tech dealt with. And there's Schutt drawing one. First possession of the second half.
Yeah, and Schutt is such a good shooter. I hate to say that. The
It's
alliteration.
fitting, right?
Yeah, it does. And you've got to come running at him. So if he'll shot fake and drive it a little bit, he put Jim Woo in a bad position right there and drew the foul and gets to the middle of the free throw line where he is very good.
And that is the third on Ji-Nu Kim. Mac, take me through as a coach, when a player gets in foul trouble, how much does it depend on the situation, the time, or how much is it gut feel as a coach to leave someone in or take them off and put them on the bench?
There's so many things. How mature is the player? How good is he at recognizing that? Is he a careless guy? Does he understand? Can he play? when he has 2 fouls? Does he continue to play aggressively? And who do you have to replace him?
Tech trailed by as many as 12 in the first half. They've got a 7-point lead.
To follow up on your question, though, I was very conservative. I took anybody with 2 fouls. They came out. They didn't play anymore. I don't know that I ever had a player I trusted to go in there with 2 fouls.
Of course, you coached against the 2 head coaches going at it today.
Sure did.
Kehoe, Benini on the baseline, unable to create.
Enough traffic in there for Virginia Tech that time to force another Navy turnover. That's 7 now in the game. So that's their 9th in the game.
Lowell with 10 seconds.
Late in the shot clock.
Rechsteiner steps into a long one, won't fall. Panic threw a fastball inside, trying to find Woods. Another Navy turnover.
Yeah, back-to-back turnovers and then complicate the matter or make the matter even worse by committing a foul, too.
And we showed it in the first half. There you see the turnovers on your screen. Virginia Tech was averaging around 15 per game. They've really taken care of the basketball.
Yeah, much better job. You know, even the other night, even though they scored 95 points, they had 16 turnovers. And that was not pleasing to Coach Young, and now he wants the defense cleaned up a little bit. He's had a couple back-to-back stops here.
Poteat tried to find the cutter in Rechsteiner.
Yeah, had a nice back cut set up. Instead of coming off of the down screen and dribble handoff, he back cut, was wide open, but Poteat couldn't complete the pass. Good pressure on the ball by Navy.
Seven points in the first half for Tyler Johnson. Lost the handle. Corner 3. Pennick in transition hits it.
That's what he does. Spots up. And the best time to attack in transition right there. Spot up, shoot the 3.
Poteat to the foul line. Brandon Rechsteiner, the feed there. 4 assists, done a nice job creating.
Yeah, Mike Woods got there late. He got the start today. He didn't play a lot of minutes, only played 6 in the first half. Was a little late coming over to try to get between Poteat and the basket on the roll. Navy immediately coming back with 2 regular starters.
And typically Renstrom and Draper in the starting 5 for Coach DeShellis.
They didn't stay on the bench very long this second half. They were both productive in the first half, 6 points apiece. Hokies staying in that man-to-man.
Off the top of the backboard. Pennick trying to get the shooter's touch.
Yeah, and you know, he has that quick release, and Tyler Johnson got there just in time to bother him enough to miss.
A 5-point Hokie lead. Only 6 combined points in the last 3 minutes. That's been something different from the first 20.
I'm sure both coaches talked a little defense.
And Lowell with the block, the follow through from Pennick.
Good effort by Lowell, but good hustle by Navy to get there and clean up that block shot.
Johnson spins it low. Poteat going back to the free throw line.
That's a really nice job right there. You had a ball screen, a skip pass into the post where the ball screener rolled to the basket and had the inside position. And here comes that productive bench for Virginia Tech.
We were talking about Coach DeShellis a moment ago, and of course one of the common stories between Navy, Virginia Tech, in terms of the coaches, Don DeVoe, of course, former Tech coach, and then at Navy.
His first job was here at Virginia Tech. Don DeVoe was a young assistant from Ohio State, played with the likes of Bobby Knight and the group at Ohio State. Then he went on to coach at Wyoming and Tennessee, and his final job was at the Naval Academy, where he won a number of Patriot League championships.
And the next win for Coach DeShellis, he'll move into sole possession of third place all-time in wins at the Naval Academy, surpassing Coach DeVoe.
Don DeVoe, good man.
And when these two teams played a couple of years ago at the Naval Academy, Coach DeVoe was there, recognized, pump fake, and Mike Woods gets on the board.
Really nice patience right there. You always want to be the second guy off the ground when you're in the post. First guy off, offense or defense, is going to be in trouble.
That's deflected by Woods. Scores on one end, stop on the other.
A little bit late on that pass right there from Rodney Brown Jr. Poteat's got to hold that post up.
Bonini hits the accelerator. Woods is everywhere in the last 60 seconds for Navy.
3 straight plays. First start of the season this year, has started in the past.
1 point game. Brown had 11 in the first half. Burnham, baseline, the flush.
The College of Charleston transfer, still getting his rhythm here at Virginia Tech, but you do see flashes of that College of Charleston standout.
Bonini downhill. Hammond the rebound, the freshman against the top scorer for Navy, Austin Bonini. And he draws contact on Mike Woods. How about the freshman on both ends for Virginia Tech?
Yeah, making plays, defending on the one end, attacking the rim on the other, and a little slow to get up.
Well, Virginia Tech leads by 3. We step aside and return after these messages.
For the most part, have done a pretty good job on it. They've limited his options. You've seen some of his brilliance of getting by people and creating contact near the rim, but he's missed his last 2 shots, 8 points, 2 assists. At this point, Coach Mike Young isn't too disappointed with their defense on Austin Bonini.
Ben Hammond was fouled for the media timeout. Bring that up because Navy dealing with a little bit of foul trouble. 2 starters have 3. That's Woods and Kim.
Ben Hammond still perfect 2 nights in a row. Doing it once is unbelievable. Doing it twice?
It really is. Again, just a freshman. He's in a double figures back-to-back games. He's guarding Bonini here.
Did a nice job right there. Bonini had an advantage coming off that handoff.
Woods. Wessler affected that shot.
And who comes out of there with it?
Burnham, soft touch, not that time. Gets his own miss. That time, you bet.
Yeah, always great effort from Ben Burnham.
Tied for the largest lead of the night for the Hokies.
Good job on the ball screen right there by Wessler and Hammond. Hokies didn't get into their offense. Rodney Brown Jr. had to bring it up. Hammond was running down the floor.
He spins and is stuffed. Bonini on the defensive end. That ball loose. Look at Schutt getting in there.
Yeah, not a good possession offensively that time for Virginia Tech.
Renstrom, one of the best shooters for Navy, shows it there.
And that often leads to a shot on the other end of the high percentage quality.
The captain of this team, obviously such a high honor. Brown stepped through, just a tad short.
Good one-on-one move right there, a little up and under. Switch right there on that second ball screen. This is where Benini went one-on-one in the first half.
Renstrom, opposite corner. A rebound from Cam Cole. Benini, second time's the charm on that possession.
Yeah, you can't do that. Got to know where he is all the time. You do not want to get him started.
A quick 6-0 run. It's a 1-point game. And 10 seconds called, and the Navy bench erupts.
And that was Benini, one-on-one with Rodney Brown Jr., denying him access to the front court. Nice transition right there. Wide open three, late on the conversion in transition. And then after an offensive rebound, we see it all the time. Somebody standing around wide open. This time it just happened to be Navy's best player.
Both teams shooting over 50% from distance. Ji-Nu Kim has subbed back in, playing with 3 fouls.
Carnegie Johnson giving Benini a little bit of a blow.
Hammond, underhand to Burnham, and the right hand.
Turnovers into high percentage looks. Burnham with the emphatic throwdown.
In the corner. A little short from Johnson, the sophomore. Renstrom, 2 steps behind the three-point arc. Flashes 3 fingers in the air.
Good inside out. Got to recover quickly. Got to know where those shooters are. And again, easy to say it, hard to do it.
First time Renstrom's been in double figures since November 17th against Campbell. Right back at you, Jaden Young, the sophomore.
With the hand in his face. Back and forth we go, partner.
Renstrom, not that time. Burnham, top of the arc. Left side won't drop.
Tyler Johnson a little more attentive on defense, finding Renstrom in transition right there.
And Ji-Nu Kim is down.
Off the bench, Ben Burnham for Virginia Tech. On the turnover, the pass ahead from Ben Hammond. Emphatic throw in, and the answer from Lysander Renstrom with a deep three-point shot, 4 for 8 from long range.
Commonwealth of Virginia out of Reston, having a great day inside of Castle.
100% of his shots today are from beyond the three-point line, and you see why.
First time in double figures since about a month ago against Campbell. Mac, I had a chance to talk to him yesterday at practice. You know, he's been voted the captain of all captains. You see at the Naval Academy, every captain of every team goes to a leadership retreat. And then you get voted upon as a corner 3 off the front rim. He's a lot of responsibility his day-to-day, including that. He oversees a lot of athletes.
What an honor.
Here he is on the left wing. Offensive rebound from Draper and a foul. Now, he was telling me his day-to-day, what time he wakes up, what time he goes to bed. It's incredible.
Yeah, these guys are unbelievable. And You know, I feel bad for them in one way because they didn't get to go to that football game yesterday. They're the only midshipmen that weren't there. What a sacrifice, but hey, they're here to play this basketball game, and what an effort they're giving.
They did get to watch the game together, though, at the hotel. Made sure practice was scheduled around that. 3-point game. Just over 10 minutes to play. Virginia Tech and Navy, two teams that go back over 100 years.
Hokies got to be aware of the shot clock.
It'll stay here. 38 bench points. Ben Burnham has been part of that.
Burnham had 8 the other night, 9 here so far this afternoon.
Poteat, too strong, trying to do it himself late in the shot clock.
Good move, high percentage shot. Navy did a good job of contesting, then not allowing a second shot. We got a foul away from the ball. Tyler Johnson trying to get over a screen. Just the third foul for Virginia Tech.
Well, the Hokies were in the bonus midway through that first half. Not as many whistles here down the stretch.
Second foul, I messed up.
Impossible, Mac. You never mess up. Come on.
We know it.
Benini. It's a long 2. It's an air ball, and the Castle guard will let them know about it. Everyone all dressed up, some holiday gear.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff. A lot of good kids' outfits. And a few adults who are not giving up their childhood.
Never grow up. That's too high off the hands of Brown.
Yeah, bad pass by Rex Steiner. Poor communication right there between those two that time. Navy gets another chance.
No points on either side in almost 2 minutes. In a game that has been filled of a lot of offense.
Yeah, we talked about the three-point shooting, field goal percentage. They've each only missed one free throw, too.
Draper trying to connect with Kehoe, and he wants a tip. He is disagreeing. And so is Coach DeChellis in the Navy bench.
Let's see what we see. Couldn't tell. Did Poteat get it? Ooh, he might have.
Hokies by 3. Ben Hammond. Shoot in the corner. He'll make you pay.
A really nice play right there. Just enough of a screen to get Schutt wide open. 8 minutes to go, and we've got a good game.
He joins Brown and Hammond with 11 points. Those are the 3 Hokies in double figures.
Finally, a starter getting in on the action. Kehoe with a little ball handling.
Benini around the screen, all the way in, going the other way. That's a charge.
Yeah, Benini thought he was going to get the call, but the defense was solidly there. Really nice job. Help side comes all the way across, clearly set. Totally the offense initiated the contact. That one was easy for the officials.
I was about saying one of the hardest calls to make in all of sports.
It almost always is. That one was not. Cam Cole heating up Hammond.
Hammond with the left hand.
Cole did a nice job all the way to the end, put enough pressure on the ball. Navy with numbers, didn't take advantage.
Kehoe, help brought, foul. Likely going against Schutt.
Yeah, he was bodying up down low.
We've got ourselves a 6-point game inside 8 minutes to go from Blacksburg. Those are hard to pull off, right? Those kind of surprises?
Yeah, I would think. But at the Navy, you ought to be able to keep secrets, right?
6-point game. Glad to have you on your Sunday afternoon. It's been back and forth almost all game. Late in the shot clock. Brown, the takeaway. And that's rejected by the 6'10" center.
Good possession defensively that time for Virginia Tech, but couldn't convert in transition thanks to the hustle by Kehoe. Kehoe came from a long way away to get this block shot. And look at the transition. The Hokies had numbers, ended up being 4 Navy defenders.
High-low. Poteat lost it out of bounds, but last touched off Navy.
17 on the shot clock, baseline out of bounds, where Mike Young usually gets a shot for the person he wants to shoot the ball. We'll see if that happens this time.
Take your pick. Brown with 3 threes. Schutt has 2.
That kind of disrupted the timing of things right there.
Burnham, the pump fake works. Foul on top of it.
Play broke down. Burnham went one-on-one. Pump fake. The double figures. One-on-one against a very good defender, but he's got a size advantage. And what did I say? Be the second guy off the floor. Let the other guy go up. He's at a disadvantage. Hokies for 3.
8 points on Thursday against North Carolina A&T. Double figures today. Mac, what can it do for this Tech team if Ben Burnham can start delivering like he's done here as of late?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him a lot last year. I called a lot of CAA games, College Charleston games, and he can be a beast every single night. And he seems like he's finally understanding what Coach Young and the staff want out of him on both ends of the floor. You can see his confidence growing.
Largest lead for Tech. Schutt, too strong. Going the other way. Foul against Virginia Tech. And Mike Young doesn't like it.
Poteat may have pushed off to get that rebound position. It was a nice penetration by Rodney Brown Jr. Good open shot by Schutt. Looked like a good offensive rebound, but Poteat may have had a little help getting there. A little push off.
A 9-0 Virginia Tech run. Benini through tons of traffic on his way in.
Tons of traffic is right. He beat 3 different people to get a layup on that.
It's the first Navy basket since the 11:58 mark.
What he did was unbelievably difficult. Degree of difficulty, he should have gotten 3 instead of 2, to be honest.
Brown looking for his career high. He won't fall that time.
It's a good look, good execution, but a good job by Navy of not allowing a second shot.
Pennick, the kick out. That's off the top of the backboard, but Cole, the hustle, and too far out of reach for Kehoe. Hokies take it back.
Yeah, the turnovers have really been tough on Navy. They're up to 15 now, 5 more than their average. Usually something they do very well, but again, give Virginia Tech credit for some of that.
Five points for Poteat. And that's one of his best baskets of the day.
Very nice move. A little counter, left hand jump hook.
Timeout on the floor. Hokies tied for their largest lead of the game.
Good win. NC State battling.
And then you saw Syracuse, Georgetown, 100th meeting. And then in that North Carolina win over LaSalle, Bill Belichick introduced during the game, the new head coach of the Tar Heels.
Was met with the Go Eagles chant.
I didn't see that. Again, your game here, 70-61, Virginia Tech leading. Midshipmen, 72% from the floor in the first half, just 35% in the second. That was the fourth foul on Jaden Schutt, by the way. And there's a great response out of the timeout. Chance for a three-point play. Donovan Draper.
This is such a good play. Baseline out of bounds. After the ball's reversed, they get a baseline cut. And Ben Burnham got caught and got there late. Watch this baseline cut. Advantage Draper. And Burnham would have been better off just contesting the shot.
Draper, who came to Navy as a receiver on the football team. Great high school basketball player. Now back on the hardwood. Two-possession game.
Navy had some big pass catches yesterday. What an upset.
Hammond has played almost 20 minutes off the bench.
See if the Hokies can answer that.
That's off of Pat Wessler. Midshipmen get possession back under 5 to go.
Yeah, Navy out of the timeout, did exactly what they needed to do. Scored, got the and one, and forced the turnover. Now a chance to cut further into the Tech lead.
Benini leading all Navy scores with 13. Johnson face guarding Pennick. Renstrom driving baseline. His first field goal from not behind the three-point arc.
Yeah, first attempt. Shot fake, drive, a little floater. Showing a little diversity to that offensive game.
Rodney Brown scoreless in the second half.
Good defense right there by Jordan Pennick.
Rechsteiner stripped. It'll stay with Tech. 6 to shoot.
Yep, dial something up here with that in mind on the baseline out of bounds. Schutt coming back in for this offensive possession. And Poteat. Get your best shooter, your best screener.
There's the cutter, and Schutt. Poteat, Burnham, right before the horn.
How good is that? Awareness and the execution.
The loudest that Castle has been today. Navy trying to respond. Panic. A foul, late whistle near side.
Virginia Tech on the baseline out of bounds on the other end of the floor. That's a set play to get Schutt the ball. Hokies alert, come up with the ball. Burnham very aware of the clock and executes it to perfection. Sharkies.
It does make sense. There is a Sharkies in
Both places.
Bradford
Yeah.
and Blacksburg.
Something to do with the New River Valley. That could be it.
Only about a, 20-minute drive down 81?
Depending on how motivated you are.
We've been motivated all day here on our broadcast. Been a treat to have you. Evan Hughes, Mac McCarthy, Kendall Williams, our outstanding ACC Network crew. Ben Burnham just hit a huge three. He's got a game-high 15, but Navy still a window here, Mac. Got to start scoring down the stretch.
Yeah. They've shown some grittiness, though, as you would expect them to do.
You see the numbers for the College of Charleston transfer. Pennick converts both, 5-point game.
Plenty of time left. Navy gets that press. See the Hokies cross into their half-court offense with just 20 on the shot clock.
Poteat saves the possession.
Bernini showing a little defense there, too.
He's going all the way in. Poteat and one.
Yeah, that matchup is an advantage. Poteat is a little more athletic. Two big, strong guys going at it. Just needed a little separation, protected the ball. It was a very big basket for Virginia Tech in this game with just over 3 minutes to go.
He's into double figures.
Yeah, Poteat tweaked a little something. He was in some pain coming down the floor. I don't know if it's just cramp or. Yeah, that was my first diagnosis over here from a non-physician.
Bernini didn't set his feet. Strong board from Draper. Pennick. Third chance on this possession.
Yeah, 12 offensive rebounds for Navy this afternoon.
53rd in the nation in offensive rebounds, averaging a little over 13 a game. 5 to shoot. Bernini runs out of time.
Really good job. Hokies kept the pressure on, surrounded him with enough bodies until he ran out of time. Hokies with a good offensive possession, and now they come back with a stop here. Navy's going to pick it up full court.
Behind the back dribble from Brown, drawing some oohs and ahs.
It's a pretty nice move.
It's been a great week to
Pennick's
be.
a good defender.
Rex Steiner. Board from Pennick. The drive and kick. Pennick with a hand in his face, drills it. Timeout Navy. And we will step aside. Back after this short break.
Just a 6-point game.
Under 2 minutes to play, 2-possession game. Virginia Tech trying to close out Navy, but Mac, the midshipmen, they just won't go away.
No, and just like you would expect them not to give up, and all the cliches that apply to the academies. But yeah, they're still battling and still capable. Big basket right there. That allows them to set up their press, where if they don't turn the Hokies over, they at least have to guard less time in the half court too. But a big possession right here. Can the Hokies get more than a 2-score game inside of 2 minutes?
Tech has overcome a 12-point deficit. Rex Steiner in the corner. Cross court, Young has to heave it. And there's Poteat, who just checked back in. A collision there at midcourt with Bernini.
Yeah, it's been a physical game all afternoon. Two players trying to make a play on the ball right there. Bernini with a huge size disadvantage, 171 pounds versus 265 pounds. He got the worst end of that one. See the big body meets a small body.
Just glad both players
Appear
up
to
on
be
their feet.
okay. Yep. And Poteat goes to the free throw line, a 71% free throw shooter on the season, 4 out of 5 so far here today.
And both teams in the bonus.
Yeah, the Hokies will be in the double bonus going forward now.
Navy with a chance to chip away. Pennick, just a little short, open look.
Yeah, good execution, got a wide open 3. Hokies blocked out. Hammond back in the game here at crunch time, placing Rechsteiner. I think Rechsteiner's first shot that last time was a little bit quick, and Poteat has been the man here in the last 2 minutes.
The soft touch. 8-point Tech lead, under 60 to go. Foul on Young. Free throws coming for Jordan Pennick. That's 12 points.
Yeah, you really don't want to foul right there, but Pennick put him in a defensive disadvantage. You don't want Navy to be able to score with the clock stopped.
And for Pennick, he scored just 9 combined points over his last 3 games, 12 today.
Hokies going with the small lineup here to try to guard the three-point line a little bit better. Poteat goes to the bench. Hokies also have more ball handlers on the floor now, taking Poteat out. Mylyjael, Burnham, and Brown on the front line for the Hokies, all capable of handling the ball.
Brown way up ahead for Young.
Good job looking down the floor. So many times you get caught up in the defensive pressure, you don't look down the floor. That was a nice job by Rodney Brown Jr., who's had another really good day.
10 on the timer. Hammond trying to find Mylyjael. Burnham. It's been his day. 17 points for Ben Burnham.
Ben Buzzer Burnham.
And Mylyjael skies high. Jump ball possession arrow at Navy. Burnham with 3 makes today inside of a, 5/10 of a second.
To end the half and to end 2 different possessions with the 30-second clock.
Timeout Hokies. Scored over 1,000 career points during that Thanksgiving tournament. Fort Myers tip-off against South Carolina. Season highs in points, rebounds, assists at the time against Vanderbilt. Really starting to come along.
Yeah, more and more comfortable. And so many times it's not the first shot that gets you. It'll be that second shot that gets you here. It'll pass, ball's fumbled out of bounds. But the awareness right here of how much time is on the clock, that's a high-quality basketball play right there. Good decision-making by Ben Burnham. And like you said, the 3rd time today he has scored as the buzzer is going off.
80-72. Our score is both these teams non-conference play wrapping up. And, of course, Patriot League and ACC action. It's already started, of course, for Tech.
Hokies talking about knowing where the shooters are, knowing who the shooters are, knowing when they have to switch, not trying to put them on the free throw line and let them score with the clock stopped. And if a shot goes up, make sure you get the rebound. Don't give them a second chance.
Corner 3, off balance, short from Pennick. Bonini spins, shoots. Another rebound, another 3, another miss. Brown the rebound, and that's going to do it from Castle. Virginia Tech trailed by as many as 12 in the first half. They beat Navy by 8 and pick up back-to-back wins through finals week.